Hello, survivors, and welcome to God Next Gaming and a new game for the channel to check out. Survive the Nights. Been around since 2017. Is in very early alpha, early access on their Steam page. You can see it there. Available on Steam for the PC and the Mac. You can see here as it loads in. This is an early access version of Survive the Nights and is a work in progress. Game features and mechanics are limited, and you may also encounter game-breaking bugs. As a result, early access versions should not be reviewed as an accurate representation of a complete game. You, as part of a community, will help us test features, game mechanics, report bugs, and provide feedback. We're very active with our community and would love to hear from you. Join our Discord and forum. STN. So A to Z Interactive has had this game out now since 2017. I'm going to hit the space bar here and get ourselves into the menu screen. And I've put about, I want to say, a total of an hour into the game, trying to really fully understand it and get it. And obviously, it is a very early access, very early alpha game, and there is a lot to be worked on. And they said it, right? We're gonna kind of give it a fair shot here. I just want to do something different for the channel. It's been a while since I've been on, and I apologize. Things have been super busy, and I haven't really had much to kind of work with. I've been struggling creatively, I guess you could say, is the way to look at it. So we're going to go grab a new server so we can start like a brand new game here, hopefully. And we'll just jump on in. Gives you your default keys there in the corner. It's a very WASD type of game. Some of the pieces are not interactive, and I may wind up, if I play this game a lot more, changing a lot of the key bindings because it's just not good for me. It's not working for me the way it's going, and I'm not really enjoying the key layout so much. Some of it's okay, but there's some weird things like the inventory is I and crafting is O, and your guide is at P, and it's across the keyboard from where my WSAD is, and I use a mouse a lot. So it's something that I need to kind of get a handle on, or like I said, change some of my key bindings at some point, because it's for, again, early alpha, right? So I don't want to beat it up too much. I'm not here to draw opinions on the game. I just want to kind of show you some gameplay as we as it is now, and show you what the game is about. But it's not intuitive, so it definitely needs some work in that regard. Journey entry. I'm not the only survivor. There are more on this island. Well, I think there are. Things I've learned about surviving. Zombies hide indoors during the day and seem less aggressive. Zombies hunt in hordes after dark. Fortifying a suitable structure helps improve survival chances. Each night seems harder to survive. Day 1, here's your quick start guide on the side. Apparently it looks like it does not start off as brand new. And I have a zombie in my face already. I'm in the middle of the street in the night. That's never a good thing. That's not how you want to start. Fortunately, you're able to beat up the zombie rather quickly. And yeah, so my starting quests on the side there are not part of this server. And this is definitely not all of my inventory. A headlamp and that's it. So you do get a starting quest. There's 2 different levels of it. I was hoping to show the beginning of it. I guess that's not the case here. So every time you start this game, it's a very server-based game. So there's going to be players playing in it. And it's kind of, like I said, DayZ in that regard. There's no single player mode or you play by yourself type of mode as of yet. Maybe there will be down the road, but essentially what we're doing is we're running around and you are gathering like you normally would. We want to find stuff that we can pick up, which is not much of anything at this point because of where we are, and it's dark and you can't see shit. So, but yeah, this game is a grind for the most part. And I think it's intended to be that way. There's a lot of zombies on the road here. And we're just going to get ourselves annihilated, essentially. He caught up to me pretty quickly, and he kind of glitched out there a little bit. The hitboxes on this are not great, and I got killed. Having my light on at night is probably not a good idea either, and typically by this point you'd want to be in a structure. Spawn location. You spawn near where you died. Find a map to see death location. Okay, great. Let's see what's in this house. there's no zombie in this house. And honestly, looks like the house that I was in when I was playing on the other server. I thought it would kind of reset when I did that, but it did not. So typical, tools, interaction-wise, E to interact with stuff. Open your cabin door. Get on in. You have to search around for stuff. Let's close the door. And we get through here, and there's all sorts of stuff that you can kind of loot, right? So here's a can of beets. We'll take that by pressing E. You could pick items up and hold them in your hand if you hold. You can also consume. We're just going to take the bandages as E. That'll be helpful. We don't have to craft them right now ourselves. And we'll take the 45 rounds, even though we don't have a weapon yet. And this is a bottle of antiseptic, which is what it looked like. And that's that. So cabins kind of look like this here. You'd have the ability to find a tool and board up your windows with planks and stuff and be able to fight the horde as they come through. This is a box of cupcakes, which you probably can eat just the way it is. There's a fire here for you. The fire hearth has a grill on it, so it should be pretty easy to kind of like, there's nothing in here. You have to go get firewood and tinder to kind of make it light up, which is one of those things. Coal and or firewood will work, and then tinder. As far as lighting a fire goes, and finding tinder and firewood is not terribly difficult. Just have to be out there in the daytime and kind of find some trees and logs and bushes and stuff like that. You can use these pieces for like a storage, but you have to find a lock for it first to put on there, or craft a lock, and I haven't gotten pretty much that far yet to figure out how to craft a lock. But there is a lot going on here with this game so far. I mean, it's nighttime, so it's hard to kind of roam around and show you things that to do. But here's you hit I, you come into your inventory, and you have the different inventory types. You can see everything all at once, or you can kind of categorize it by consumables, weapons, tools, resources, clothes, and obviously miscellaneous. And then you're able to kind of carry a certain amount in weight. So everything has a weight for it that you do carry. So this bottle here weighs 0.5. And the bandages weigh 0.2, right? So that all kind of adds up and equals this number here, and you can only carry up to 100. I don't know if that number increases. Haven't gotten that far into it or seen that much about it to see if that number can go up. I'm sure that there's some way that it can by increasing, your stuff here. So you have calories, you have health, you do have hydration, so you have to drink and eat, you have stamina, your sickness, mental health, and your overall health. Will increase in the morning. Overall health will increase in the morning. Pretty cool. So if you mouse over here, it kind of gives you a description of each of these things here. So sickness, if you're not careful of what you eat and drink, you might catch a cold or worse. Your stamina is obviously how tired you are. And then your hydration is for drinking. Calories is your food intake. If you don't eat for a few hours, you won't die, but you'll become sluggish, and in time will result in death. So you can definitely starve to death here, and your health is the obvious one here. Crafting, the crafting menu is kind of the piece where I take exception. They have this quick craft thing, which is you can pin stuff, and there's the common stuff, but you have to kind of like search for recipes, which to me is not very intuitive as far as that stuff goes. Now there's like this little icon here that you can click, which will open up a window in a browser, and I believe that kind of gives you a little bit more of like a shortcuts for crafting on a web page. So if you're running dual screen, it kind of is nice to have that up on another screen potentially. But the crafting here, you'd have to kind of like type in what you want to craft. So like if we want an axe, for example, you type an axe, and it'll bring up the different types of weapons that are available in that. And if you have the material for it, you can go ahead and craft them. Again, like I said, not very intuitive in that it shows you like a complete list of crafting stuff. You have to kind of get to know the game and learn the game, find stuff. Eventually it gives you kind of hints along the way. Craft a canteen, harvest water, start a fire, purify water. Clearly I got stuck on purifying water, which is place a canteen of dirty water on a lit campfire grill, and it will boil. So have not gotten to that point yet, clearly, and working on that. But there is a complete guide here where it kind of starts you off from the beginning, where you find a trail, you harvest wood, you craft a club, you harvest cloth. So it kind of gets you going in the right direction, at least. But again, not super intuitive to this point. Something that just needs to kind of be worked on, as of course it is an early alpha game. I believe it does have some sort of potential. I would not compare it to a 7 Days to Die, which is like a crafter. This is more of like a horde on the run type of deal. You can get your base going and fortify it and put up barricades and stuff like that, but you are fighting a horde every night. Oh, we have a bush right here. So found one berry bundle. So if you find these bushes, sometimes you can search them and get tinder or berries, and that's kind of counts towards harvesting. And let's see if we could search this, and nothing found. So I'll have to find a different bush. That bush is diminished. Here's another one. And we found 3 berries. No tinder yet. I have found tinder to be very difficult to come across, by the way. 2 berries. So these are all berry bushes. Starting to get lighter out, so I'll venture out here. We'll try to hit up some of these trees and see more berry bundles. So we're starting to get food at least. We might as well continue to just grab as much food as we possibly can. Nothing in that one. I don't know if we could search these. Can you search this? No, you can't. There's no searching that. You can chop trees down if you have an axe. You're able to see. You can cut down with tools. Axe or a hatchet works for those. Can we search this? And will we get more berry bundles? Okay. Might be a different type of bush that we need to do that. We're going to run around a little bit here and see what we can find. Spacebar jumps, WASD to kind of move around. You can look with your mouse. There's our house. Here comes the sunrise. Let's go towards the light, shall we? For a little bit. This is, again, just one of those DayZ type games, I feel like, where it's overall health has increased. Look at that. We're into day 2. Zombies killed. Night survived. 1. Well, really, not really. We didn't really survive. We died. You will lose everything on death, so that's something to definitely consider when playing this. I don't know if they're going to change any of that. I have not really looked too much into the dev notes or anything like that, or their dev logs to see what the path of the game is or what the roadmap happens to be. I just wanted to kind of get into it and play it because I wanted to play something different. Playing 7 Days to Die mostly on the channel, as those of you who do watch are familiar with. And wanted to see something a little bit different. This is going to be one of those we're going to run for a long way. That looks like it's the edge of the map or water. So maybe we'll head this way. So this is where I say it's kind of like DayZ or even like Dead Matter, where you're going to be running for a long distance before you find anything useful. I don't know if it's one map, if this is the same map all the time, or if it's different maps and different servers. I, again, have not figured out that aspect of it yet. But maybe it's one of those things where if you know the map and you can find a map, it might be a better situation for you to kind of find your way around if you know where to go, right? More berries, no tinder yet or anything like that, or any sort of logs or wood that we can harvest just yet. So you're running for a bit before you get to anything that's useful to you. Here we go. We can search this and get some... Oh, nothing found on that. There's a little campsite down here, it looks like. We'll come to that, and we'll see some stuff here. We got some stuff here. Let's see if we can't harvest something from this. Nothing found. There's a box on the floor here, and we found some more rounds. And like I said, you can pick them up. But I'm not sure what we need to find a weapon, so we'll pick those up. You come across these wheels and stuff like this, you can usually get scrap metal out of them. We got 2 scrap metal here. We could probably get cloth out of this. Clean rags. We found 3 of them. Here is some more ammunition. No weapon, but we have ammunition. That's always good. There's some stuff on here. Can we grab that? Yep. Pineapple. Can of pineapple. You can cook the pineapple on a campfire. There's nothing in the cooler. More rounds. A box of wheat cereal. We can consume that. So we're getting some food here, which is nice. Tinder and firewood we found. Top left corner, by the way, is where you kind of see where you're collecting your items. Let's see if we can't get anything out of this guy. And we got more firewood. We should be able to craft ourselves a wood club at this point. So let's go into our O for crafting menu. You can see all the items that are available in our inventory. And then the crafting is no recipes there. So if we go to firewood, I wonder if that'll give us a clear sight of a club. It does not. Wooden club. So shows up there. You can type in club, and obviously it comes up in the menu. We could pin this. It'll go to our quick crafting menu, which is nice. If we hit craft, you'll see the time down here in the bottom. It'll show you before it is crafted up. And then it goes into our inventory right there at the bottom. We can equip it. And now we have a club. So now we could beat zombies with a club rather than our fists. Here's a trail marker. I'm not sure what that's going to do for us at this point. That leads us to this. We might want to go reverse it. This is a campfire, something that you can build on your own, and you'd be able to kind of throw stuff into. This has nothing in it right now, but again, you need firewood and tinder. One piece of tinder, I think you need about 5 pieces of firewood to actually get one started or going. As far as that goes, we need to build ourselves a canteen, but we found a canteen, so that's helpful. Right there, we'll take that one. Water canteen, clean. Is there actually clean water in that? Let's check our inventory and see. Where's the canteen? Where are you, canteen? There we go. Water canteen, clean. It is clean. We can drink it. There is 1.3. Give him back. Canteen is fire safe. I believe there's clean water in there because it gives you the option to drink. So I don't know how to tell if there's water in it by looking at these numbers here. I'm sure there's something there that I'm missing that's I'm just not noticing. This is the other part of it too. Trying to get out of your menus is a little difficult. So if you have a zombie beating on you and you're in a menu, I'm wondering about what that's going to look like. If you happen to be in a menu of some sort. But there are some hotkeys for like melee and stuff like that, and firearms if you have them. We have no handgun. We have no rifle. We have no shotguns. We do have a club. Flashlight. We can get flashlights, and we have no tools. We're going to continue to work here and run and see what we can find. We're going to kind of follow the trail markers backwards and see if we can't come across anything. Does it go this way? Looks like it might go this way. There's some deer down there. You can eventually get yourself a weapon and kill the deer and get yourself some meat out of that. I was able to kill a chicken at one point once, and that's really kind of what it was. I'm going to run for a little bit here, see if I can find any kind of structures. I do see some off in the distance to show you guys some stuff. Alright, so we've come across the airport here. There's a fire barrel. Should be interesting to kind of search that out and find some stuff there. There's stuff sitting out here in the middle of the road, which is really interesting. Instant box of oats. There's vehicles in the game. You can fix up vehicles to be able to drive them. But you have to find all the parts for them and then kind of repair them and put them back together. I need to find a way into the airfield that does have barbed wire around it. So once I find that, we will pick it up again. Alright, looks like we found a hole in the fence here. We'll use that. That's definitely a way in. And we have a runway here. I don't know if they're going to be putting airplanes in the game or not. That you can fly. That you can actually fly. But this is a runway. And it's got lights on it. And it looks like the lights are working. For the most part. Okay. Of course, we'd want to go over and check the structures to see if there's anything in there that's useful to us that we can use. I am sure that you can search stuff and get a ton of scrap metal out of a place like this. Gonna open one of the hangars here. I'm sure there's a door here to go through. Yep. And we might want to be careful if there's any zombies in here. There is an actual airplane in here. That is player storage. It cannot be searched. So the airplane is definitely not something that's implemented into the game other than being a model to look at. Here's some clean water. Let's search it. No bottle or canteen. So there's definitely a water source here, which is nice. Is there anything here we can search? We could search shipping crate. Yep. Empty cardboard, empty can. We might as well take everything we can for now. Because, why not? Oh, we did not open that one. That's good. Check these barrels over here. Oh, there's definitely shipping crates here. Scrap metal, we'll take that. And the empty can we already have. Cool. You want to keep an eye on the ground too. You'll find a lot of different tools and stuff like that just kind of randomly laying around on the ground. It's going to be your best bet as far as stuff like that goes. Here is a workbench. It's interesting. You could probably craft items here or tools. Locker. Nothing in there. And more empty cans. I'm not going to grab any more empty cans. Let's check this building here. And then we're going to see if we find anything useful. And if not, we might bring this to a close and start up another video at a different time. Once I get to a spot where it's something we can actually work on and show you guys, it'll be interesting or useful. Cardboard, we don't want that. It will burn. But we don't want that for you right now. It's not going to do us any good. But more crates here in the back. Let's check these. Nothing in those. Clean rags, we'll take those. You can make bandages out of them. That's always helpful. Actually, let's go into the crafting menu there and take a look. So if we have the clean rags, we can make bandages with that. Oh, we can also make a sleeping bag too. Look at that. So we have enough for that, and you can use the clean rags for tinder as well. So we're crafting that up right now. We'll have a bandage on us. We'll have a couple bandages now. So there we go. And we have antiseptic. It looks like you can do a treated bandage, which we can craft up, which will probably be something that's a little bit more potent, I guess, or replenishes more health. More clean rags, and nothing in that crate there. So let's get ourselves outside. This is one of the hangars. So these are some of the structures. You see there's houses everywhere that you can kind of go to as well. And then they'll have beds of them where you can kind of save your game progress and whatnot. There's some more planes over here. I wonder if they're going to eventually add the planes in. That would be a nice little addition to the game. I hear a zombie. That sounds like a crazy zombie. All right. I believe they're dead. We can search them. He has some rounds on him. Let's see what she has. And she has nothing on her. So the sound is absolutely horrifying. I'm not sure exactly what that is. It sounds that way, but we'll take the machete. There comes some more zombies. There's quite the horde in here. Let's get out of here. We're about to meet our maker. And we were killed by the zombie. Way too many to take on with just a club, I guess. And that is Survive the Nights, folks. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking this out. As you can see, it's a very early access game. It definitely needs some work as far as like zombie melee goes and zombie fighting goes. As far as I'm concerned, the hitboxes are slightly off. They did do some work on that to fix it, but there's definitely some work to be done there. And then, you know, it's a work in progress. We're gonna see where they go from here. I'll continue playing this game and seeing as updates are made what we find. But I think the game does have some sort of potential. I mean, I don't think it's terrible. And something different than 7 Days to Die. You know, something we haven't played before, and it's definitely a different game from what that is. This is not a voxel game. It's not something where you can build a house or a structure. At least not yet, I don't believe. But you can kind of barricade anything that you do find to take on a horde, which happens pretty much every night. And it's how many nights can you survive? And you do lose all of your stuff if you die. So there is that. This is a true fight the horde type of game, if that's your thing. Not a bad deal. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and checking this out with me. I will be putting more of these up. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I do some 7 Days to Die. Typically on a more regular basis. It's been a little rough lately as I've been struggling to come up with something new and creative for everybody. But more to come soon. And we will talk. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye now.